Real Estate Radio Boston is a paid program sponsored by Guaranteed Rate Incorporated, which is solely responsible for its content. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ID 2611, Equal Housing Lender. Mortgage Lender and Mortgage Broker License MC 2611. Rick Shearer, NMLS ID 454910. Visit nmlsconsumeraccess.org. All applications subject to credit approval. Call Guaranteed Rates Boston office at 617-778-0024 for additional cost information.
Real Estate Radio Boston with loan officer Rick Shearer of Guaranteed Rate and legal professional Ali Alavi of Alavi Braza PC. This is Real Estate Radio Boston.
Now let's talk a little bit about Fairfield County. So for people that haven't left the Boston market, maybe they don't know what Fairfield County in Connecticut makes up. So I know you've got offices. How many offices in Fairfield County?
So we have a whole bunch of offices with, all over the state of Connecticut and really into Westchester County, New York. We have over 1,200 agents that service. We start up in the Mystic, Connecticut area, go out to Litchfield County, down in Fairfield County, and like I said, to Westchester County as well.
So what's going on in Fairfield County right now? I mean, is there? How is that market? Is it peaked? Is there still room for growth? What are you seeing there?
So in terms of, it depends if you're a buyer, depends if you're a seller. Of course, it depends upon your price point, naturally. But really, the market right now is truly a buyer's market. We have plenty of inventory, unlike Boston, which I know you guys are not so, used to. But we have plenty of inventory out there and some really great buys for buyers. And then we have a whole host of sellers that are looking to sell their homes, and so that's where I come in.
Okay, so give us a flavor. Give us an idea of what's a good buy.
So our sweet spot I work out of 2 offices in Fairfield County. I work in Stamford, and which is great because it's close to the city, but I also work in Fairfield, Southport, Connecticut. So we kind of have a broad range in between.
Right.
But our sweet spot, a lot of people think of Fairfield County and think of these like rolling estates and multi-million-dollar mansions.
That's automatically what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Greenwich, Connecticut, baby.
So we certainly have that, which is awesome. And we love that. And that's always a good day when you can list one of those, right?
Sure.
But, the average person and really the sweet spot of the market really is between 500 and 700. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you're saying that it's a buyer's market, there is a lot of inventory in that price range that's available for buyers?
Yeah, really across a variety of price ranges.
That's really interesting. And so that makes it very challenging for someone that's a listing powerhouse like yourself to want to be able to showcase a property and let it stand out over the rest.
That's right, exactly.
So I want to hear the secrets of that. How do you do that?
I can't tell you all my secrets.
All right, tell us
but what I can tell you is that it takes tremendous dedication. So there's like 2 kinds of marketing, right? There's that sort of passive marketing in which you put it on the MLS and, you put it out there on the IDX and get it out syndicated so everybody sees it. But there's also active marketing, and that's something that I really take very seriously. So that means picking up the phone and calling a lot of people and getting out there, meeting with brokers face-to-face who have properties in the same price range. Because if I don't have a buyer, maybe you have a buyer.
Sure.
And so I do a tremendous amount of active marketing as well as advertising and social media.
Keller Williams is known for promoting not their brand, but promoting the agent's brand. They are about building your company yourself.
Yes.
And it's all about you. You've been a branding guru. How have you accomplished that? Tell us about that.
So Keller Williams is definitely agent-centric is what they say. So they're focused. They recognize that people, they call the agent, not necessarily the company. Although as an agent, I recognize that having the big company is huge.
Sure.
To support
and that is
the
a great
end.
brand. But it's obviously all about you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's, when I joined, that was one of the big, huge things for me. I have the domain bostonsbestagent.com, which I bought before I even sold a house. I just got it and
that's awesome.
Kind of maybe self-fulfilling prophecy.
Sure.
And, I've kind of stuck around that and branded around that. It's clever and people remember it is the biggest thing.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. And so do you think that Keller Williams has given you the necessary tools to be able to brand that?
Absolutely.
All right.
I mean, I love it.
And
It's like I work for myself, So,
And are you in the process of, or have you built your own team?
I'm in the process of. So
Okay.
that's a big thing. You know, when I'm focused everything around the website, you know, what will be my team name? How will I do that?
I tell you, I mean, building your own team is probably one of the most challenging things one can do, because I think as business owners, respectively, I'm talking about all of us collectively that have been in the studio and are in the studio week in, week out, you know, you have a hard time delegating those responsibilities because you want to be able to control everything,
Right.
but you won't be able to grow without actually creating a team.
And
So
and this year I made my first 2 hires. I hired an assistant who kind of does a lot of like my marketing and, you know, my client contact.
Yeah.
And then I hired a transaction coordinator.
nice.
So I'm kind of focused on trying to get as much of what I don't need to do to them. And then
Yeah.
obviously my next hire will be a buyer's agent, which to me will be the hardest hire because that's the first person that will actually be in contact face to face with my clients.